3, 2, 1, go!
Hello folks, welcome back to the Ispalian Job. I am having the most fantastically underwhelming starts to a season I think I've ever had. Now surprisingly, we're not scoring as many goals as we have done previously, but clean sheets have been on the agenda. Let's run you through the fixtures you've missed since we last met in the 3-0 win it was against Bologna. And we followed that up with a 1-0 win against Verona, a game which you'd probably expect us to win. It was Spira with the goal in the 81st minute. Alexander-Arnold whips the ball into the back post with 10 minutes to go, and Spira prods home. It was then a back-to-back 0-0s, not ideal really. Udinese was a 0-0, a game that was largely very even. I guess we had slightly more possession, slightly more shots, but overall, Ruben Diaz getting man of the match kind of tells its own story. Then into the Champions League, and this was a bit of a killer blow really. This is the sort of game, if we're going to progress in the Champions League, we have to win. Dominated Fenerbahce from start to finish, but couldn't find the winner in the game. 13 shots from us to their 3. Far more possession as well. Disappointing performance, really. And then finally, a 1-0 win over Lazio. They had a man sent off. Pontisso, of course, former Spal man, but it was Dorian Heiser, 35 minutes in. A fantastic free kick. The only moment of the game, really, of anything to note. And it gave us the win. And that leaves us, bizarrely, in third position. I mean, I don't really know how that's happened. We've had a disappointing result, of course, against Juve. Disappointing result against Juventus. And that's the same team you met Madrid. Now, today, probably set to be the hardest episode so far. 2 games that are certainly potential banana skins, I think would be the phrase. Milan up first, and then Porto, where we're going to play against Alfonso Sousa, and that should be relatively exciting. So let's get into the first game against Milan and run you through the team. Right then, folks, this is the team for the game, and one change you'll note is that Barloco is out for a couple of months with a dislocated shoulder, so won't feature for us, which means Cini comes in so far. 1 game, 1 clean sheet, so not too bad from him. Plays as a full-back, wing-back, basically a solid all-round left-back, and some nice attributes. Nothing stand out. I mean, not a single yellow colour, but lots of blue, which is nice to see. So very well rounded. Toscano plays ahead of them. Bastia and Luca Valazanea. I wonder I'll say that correctly. In the centre, Bastia, again, going to be a key player, I think, this season. Hopefully, if we start getting some good performances out of him, he could be a real star. Yosu in behind Heiser. And we're going with Guklu. I'm not really loving any of the other strikers we've got. I play them sort of in fits and starts. Brune and Spira. Of course, Spira got a goal, and it's improving, but I just don't think they've quite gelled yet, and we need them to fully understand the way we play before we start sort of kicking that off. Spira actually understands the tactic pretty well, but Brune not quite there yet, and Guklu, of course, knows it perfectly alongside Heister as well, which is that connection, I think, is important. So let's go into today's game then. First game of the episode, and it's AC Milan. Are they any good? What's their team looking like these days? So up front, they've got this guy on loan from Manchester United, a bit of a wonder kid, Giulio Lorenco, who looks decent. Elsewhere, Bonaventura is there. They've still got Ander Herrera in the centre as well. Robin Noli's at the back. Alberto Moreno. Baffling. Okay. Should be interesting. They're not as strong as I thought they'd be. Again, on the right wing, this Guides guy, and that's probably how you say it, on loan from Arsenal. In the middle, I mean, again, they're not as strong as I thought. That said, they are second in the league table, so as we get things underway here then, it's a chance really. If we win this game, then our season is looking pretty rosy. We've not faced that many tough matches though, aside from the game against Juve. Lazio, not the force they once were, so winning that was a bit by the by really. So this is the real test. And of course, going from this game into a game against Porto in midweek, any kind of result here will stand us in good stead, you'd hope, for the game in the Champions League, which is already a bit of a must-win, which is the situation, because we probably won't win. I am finding this season that being on attacking isn't seeing us attack as much as before. Milan have had a pretty dominant half there. Cini's not looking that good for fitness and is on a booking. And Agostini's back in the side, so if we do get any injuries or sendings off, I mean, Ben Sports News reported that on Twitter last night. How did he know? Because he's always hanging around the training ground. That's how he knows. Causing problems. Doing the High Solosa chant in front of Dorian. He didn't even know about it until then. It was very awkward. Knocks on my door. Ben, what's this High Solosa thing? I don't want to talk about it, Dorian. Get back to training. After this game, by the way, we're going to talk about Dorian Heiser. And we're going to talk about Dorian Heiser. Right, 25 minutes to go. The situation we've got is that we're away from home and we're 0-0 against what's a good Milan side. What we'll do, we'll make a couple of changes, maybe just one change. I'm going to bring in Jovetic to play instead of Yosu, and then Spira, we saw him get a goal. Maybe he'll do it again. Who knows? We'll get him in the game. Okay, 25 minutes. I'm not a huge fan of changes when it's a draw. I'll keep Dorian out there because his free kicks are deadly. We saw that against Lazio. We've not really had a massive amount of the game, though. As this is literally the first highlight of the entire match. And I don't like the fact I've made changes. And oh my dearie. Well, Sinny's got himself sent off. It's an early bath. It's not. It's 77 minutes gone. He could have been substituted by that time. Not that early. That does prove to be a bit of an issue, though, especially as we've just made the change to bring on an attacker. Now, Heiser's he's on a 7.3. Not having the best game, so we're going to take him off. We're going to bring on Agostini. Some of you thought he was gone forever. How wrong were you? Physically, he's very good. Mentally, technically, dreadful. I mean, awful. Jovetic heads it on for Spira, though. We might have a late chance. Spira drills it in. Oh, it's found the back of the net. Lemos. I mean, it's come out of nothing. That is an absolutely ridiculous way to take the lead. But we'll take it. Down to 10. I mean, at this point, we were still on attacking. We'll come off it for sure. You can see then Spira down that side. I mean, like a rhino. I'll leave that reference right there. And the ball finds the back of the net. Fortunate, I would say. Fortunate. Right, let's go defensive. Let's sharp shop a little bit. Well, I never. I mean, that very rarely in this entire save have I had games where I have pinched a victory off a side. Very often this will be a draw or I'll probably lose it. Whereas this is one of the first times I can remember, at least, that we've found a way to get past a team with a lucky 1-0 win. The ball's played towards Spira, and that's going to be it, folks. 10 seconds to go. I can't see Milan getting anything in this. I mentioned before the game they weren't as strong as I suspected. Torino are currently top of the table. We are now second. Juve just behind, and Sampdoria there as well. I thought, genuinely, a good win, boys. Well done. I mean, we'll take it. We'll walk away and we'll take it. I genuinely thought this season would be so much more difficult, but we've got lucky there. We've FM'd them a little bit. Right, on to Porto, and oh my god, was there an earthquake? No, I just knocked the desk with my elbow and the camera moved. I recently downloaded the expansion of natural disasters on City Skylines. I thought it was happening. All right, Cindy's going to miss the next league game, which is annoying. I'm not going to take any action because, you know, he's new around here. He'll get emotional. Now, I did say that I'm going to mention... Oh, new defensive record. What's that? 6 games without conceding. It's a new record. 6 games all day. New record. 6 games. Not that many, is it really? But all of a sudden at the back, who knew would be so deadly? Or not deadly. Just suffocating almost. Right, first things first. Let's give all these guys a rest. Then let's talk about Dorian. I'm seeing a lot of talk from a lot of people, especially in the comment section. Give Dorian Heiser a new contract. 3 things, I feel like I've been over this before, but 3 things to go over. The first of which, Dorian Heiser has a contract until the 29th of June, 2025. It's currently 2021. He's on £4,000 a week on a rotation system, and that's a long time. So part of me feels that while he's still getting better, and he's tied down for a long time. He knew what he signed. Like Danny Rose has been kicking off recently. All sorts of play. Oh, Van Dijk, I've signed a contract now. I want to move to Liverpool because they're so much better and handsome. That's a weird way to describe a club. The other issue is that when you go to offer Dorian Heiser a new contract, my client isn't currently interested in entering contract negotiations with your club. He's currently unhappy at the club. So even if I wanted to offer him a £72,000 a week contract, which is what he demanded, then no, that's why he's just going to be here for 4 years. And you might look at other players coming in and go, oh, you're offering all these other guys big contracts. Well, they wouldn't sign for £4,000, so yes, I am. So there we are. Dorian Heiser will be here until he's 23, whatever. And by that time, we'll have won the Champions League, so don't even worry about it. The race is on. Will we win it before Dorian decides he wants to leave completely? I was getting offers in the summer of 15 million. 15 million just because he wants to leave. No. Anyway, Porto coming up then. I will join you for it in just a moment. Bloody battery's running out. The amount of headaches I get with this, which I cut it out every time. The amount of times I have to fiddle around with the camera back. Continue. There is some irony in what we were just talking about to do with Heiser. Van Dijk, of course, subject to lots of transfer rumours currently, played to Porto. Interesting. Oh, let Southampton let him go. Interesting. Right, after his performance in midweek, I mean, he only came on for a little bit, but he did make a small impact. Spira's going to start alongside Dorian Heiser. Everybody else remains the same. City not suspended for the Champions League, so can play in this one. We're not the strongest Champions League side. I'm going to say that to you now. So far, 1 point from 2 games. Draw against Fenerbahce, not ideal. And now Porto, away. Ah, dear. This shall not be easy, folks. So, Alright, they're a decent side. Notice there, though, that number 13, Sousa, not even playing for them. He's played... Oh, well, there you are. Look, there's the stats to back it up. 2 appearances, 1 goal. So, prolific. Otavio's there, though. Decent player. Rui Pedro up top. Very decent player. Juanpi on that size. Very good player. Okay, nervous. Do you know what? I want that number 5. I want that number 4. I want Van Dijk. I want the lot. The lot. That's why you watch these videos. Don't you start moaning about it. You don't get that with FIFA, do you? You don't get people making puns like that. You don't get classic comedy like that. Classic comedy. I've described it as that before. It's not classic comedy. You didn't get that in 40 Hours, did you? No. Okay then, it is Porto versus Spal. Battle of the Blue. We're in green, because of course we are. Cini into Luca. Yosu. First chance of the game. I thought it was going our way. It wasn't. And now the panic sets in. Juan Pai sets it forward towards Rui Pedro. Gets past his man. Rui Pedro again. Pozovic. I mean, capable goalkeeping. Right, we're away from home against Porto. Let's go to the counter-attack. I'm just going to try that for 25 minutes, see how we fare. We're not really a counter-attacking side. We're very much a front-foot team, as they have a shot on goal. They're a very much front-foot team. Terrifying. Right, bringing it forward. Dorian's it's taken off him. Now Tavio forward. Rui Pedro in again. We've seen it before. I mean, keep doing that, mate. Keep doing that. Corner for Porto. Whipped in. Rui Pedro is having the game of his life. For me, though. For me. Not for Porto, weirdly. So far, they've had 2 click-up chances, 11 shots, and it goes into half-time at 0-0. And let's get aggressive. I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. We've barely done a thing. So let's do more things. Let's play more structured. Let's go slightly more direct. Away from home. In the Champions League, let's play to our maybe strengths a little bit more. The passing game against a very technically good Porto side isn't really working. As we clear it again, we've not actually had a highlight in our favour yet, which I'll say now is a disappointment. Toscano, free kick played in, and Paul Lopez claims it. Now, where's he going to go here? They've got to build it out from the back if they're going to do anything. And defensively, our shape's not too bad, but Bruma's in now, and a shot comes in. Whew! That was vicious, wasn't it? I mean, a 0-0 for us. It's not really that good. It's better than a 1-0. They've missed again. How many chances? We are being I've never seen us be so absolutely destroyed by a side. I'm going to change things up radically. Ready for the radical change? Have we got anyone that can play out on the right? I don't think we've got any players that can do it. Can Guklu play out there? I'm going to sub him on first. Right, we're going to go. We don't have anyone that can play on the right wing. Actually, we do. Right, Hattabor and Alexander-Arnold switch places. I'm going to try and win this game very late on. Toussaint's going to come in as well for Luca. We're going to go a little bit more solid in the middle, but a little bit more attacking. Let's change it up. Look, 0-0, as I say, doesn't really help us. If we can nick an away goal against Milan, we did a job on them. Let's do another job here in Portugal. If we win this, we could call this episode Smash and Grab. I now realise that if the episode is called Smash and Grab, that will have been a giveaway. Well, time's ticked down. And it is one of the best defensive performances you've ever seen from us. Somehow, some way, we've got 0-0. They should have beat us. There's no doubt in my mind they should have beat us. I'm going to calmly say you were unlucky tonight. Not true. Some of them seem motivated. So far in the group, we've not won. We're on 2 points. If we beat Fenerbahce in the return leg, we've got a chance. Madrid beat them, so that's good for us. We're not out of the Champions League. We've got 3 games to go. We're going to have to continually bring you the games in the Champions League just to see what occurs. Right, next game's then. Oh, it sets it up perfectly. Probably, more than likely, Porto again with Torino alongside it, and that's probably what we'll play then. So there'll be 3 games in between that. If you're looking forward to that episode, and if you've enjoyed this one, drop a like on it. Let's aim for 1,000 likes. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and we'll love with care. From me, to Benji. Until next time, that's the lot. I shouldn't have done it.